And a very pleasant good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Hornets basketball on mybasin.com. It is day number 2 of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament here at Henley High School. And in the final game of the tournament, the Hornets are taking on the Junction City Tigers. So glad to have you with us on this fine Saturday. My name is Josh Eldridge. Glad to be with you for the final game of the annual Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament. Both of these teams looking to finish the tournament 2-0. Junction City took care of business yesterday against Hidden Valley. Henley escaped a game with Marist with a 1-point victory, and now each of these teams doing battle right here in the Hornets' nest. The Tigers come in 11-2. The Hornets are 6-5. This is a rematch from earlier in the season when Junction City beat Henley 57-52. The Hornets looking for a little bit of revenge on their home floor. We'll talk about the 2 seasons these teams have had so far and a little bit about the crossover tournament that we've seen this weekend. And, of course, starting lineups and tip-off next on mybasin.com.
Not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And welcome you back inside the Hornets' nest for day number 2 of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament. It's been a great couple of days of basketball so far, and we're finishing it off with potentially one of the best games of the weekend. The Junction City Tigers in town to take on the Henley Hornets. These 2 teams matched up earlier in the season on December 28th. It was a 57-52 win for the Tigers. They come into tonight's matchup, or this afternoon's matchup, I should say, with an 11-2 record. They are the state runner-up from last season, losing to Cascade in the final. This team is hot. They have won now 6 straight. Their last loss came on December 16th against Philomath. Their previous loss was also against Philomath on December 3rd. As far as their matchups against Skyline Conference teams, Junction City has been as close to flawless as you could get. They beat Klamath Union on December 9th by 30 points. They beat Mazama on December 15th by 31 points. They beat Hidden Valley earlier this season by 25 points, and they beat Hidden Valley last night by 28 points. The closest team from the Skyline Conference that's played them tough is Henley, was within 5 points of them. Henley looking for a little bit of revenge here tonight as they come into tonight's contest. Winners of 2 straight and 6-5 on the season. They beat Sisters before the new year and took care of business yesterday against Marist, 49-48. We're going to take one more break on the pregame show. When we come back, it'll be time for starting lineups and then tip-off tonight as we wrap up the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament with the Tigers taking on the Hornets next. mybasin.com.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Back at Henley High School, getting ready for the final game of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament between the Tigers and the Hornets. It's gearing up to be a great matchup this evening. It is the second time these two teams have met. Last year, when these two teams squared off in this very same tournament, it was a victory for the Tigers, 62-43 over the Hornets. The Tigers would then go on to make it all the way to the state championship game and lose to Cascade 42-30. So they are on a path towards hopefully a state playoff berth for the Tigers. The Hornets hoping for the same thing, and should be a couple of top 10 teams going at it today, and they will be playing like it. The Hornets and the Tigers coming up in just a few seconds. As before we get ready for the starting lineups tonight, we'll remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate, Klamath Falls Subaru, stop by and say hi. So I believe we'll be turning it over to Mr. Bob Chambros in just a minute. Of course, you can watch Hornets basketball all season long right here on mybasin.com. We'll be picking up the league schedule beginning on the 13th of January, right here against Hidden Valley. And then they're on the road against Mazama. The league schedule continues. You can find it on osaa.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, Henley High School welcomes you to the Hornets Nest for this afternoon's non-conference basketball game between the Junction City Tigers of the Skyline League and the for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, that means we are just about ready for basketball tonight from Klamath Falls, Oregon, on the campus of Henley High School, inside what they call the Hornets' nest. We're going to meet the visiting team first, the Junction City Tigers. Starting 5, number 3, Caleb Burnett, a senior. Number 4, Gunnar Rothenberger, a senior. Number 10, junior Cooper Rothenberger. Number 14, senior Jackson Kister. And number 24, a senior Court Knabe. The Tigers are coached by Craig Rothenberger in his 43rd season. Now time to meet the starting 5 for the Henley Hornets. Starting at guard, number 4, a junior Aiden Hayes. Number 10, a senior Owen Sheen. Number 12, another senior Blaine Boersma. Third senior, number 14, Shaw Stork. And number 24, Luke Bennett. The Hornets are coached by Mr. Luke Hammond. Hornets tonight in their white home uniforms. Junction City in their maroon-colored uniforms for tonight's contest. To tip is Caleb Burnett and Owen Sheen. The Hornets control the opening tip as they go from left to right. Aiden Hayes has it now, bounced it inside to Sheen, back outside to Hayes. Blaine Boersma with it now, top of the key. Kicks it over to Shaw Stork, now back to Hayes, top of the key, over to Bennett. Bennett head fakes a 3, puts it on the deck, hands it over to Boersma. Boersma goes left, hands it to Stork. Stork trying to cross left, tries to get it to Hayes. Loose ball out to half court. Hayes collects and keeps possession with the Hornets. Now to Shaw Stork on the far side. Stork trying to drive inside, goes up for a shot. It's contested well down low. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession Tigers. Bringing it up the floor for Junction City is Court Knabe. Now it's over to Burnett. Top of the key over to Rothenberger. Now on the far side to Knabe. Knabe trying to dish it down low into Kister. Kister goes up with the shot. Off the glass, no good. Rebound is collected by Hayes, and the Hornets take it across. Stork shoves it ahead to Boersma. Boersma on the near side. Kicks it inside to Hayes, now to Stork, top of the key, kicks it out to Bennett, left side. Bennett spins to his right, tries to find a shot inside, kicks it to Hayes, now near corner. Boersma collects it, top of the key. Aiden Hayes trying to battle through the double team. Loose ball collected by Junction City. Pass goes ahead to Rothenberger, pass back inside to Knabe, he misses the shot. Rebound is collected by the Hornets. Still a scoreless tie, 6:42 to go in the first. Stork trying to get it inside to Sheen. Sheen to Bennett, now near side. Bennett puts it on the deck. Shot from 8 is good, and the Hornets strike first, up 2-0 after the bucket from Bennett. On the other side, quickly, it's Rothenberger to answer with 2 points of his own. The Hornets trying to answer back again. Bennett goes up with the shot, but it will be a foul on the floor before he can get the shot off. Cooper Rothenberger picks up his first foul. Grandson of head coach Craig Rothenberger and one of 3 grandchildren for Coach Rothenberger on this team. We've got each Rothenberger and Court Knabe. Owen Sheen gets the inbound pass and knocks down the 12-foot jumper, and the Hornets now lead 4-2. 6:17 to go in the first. Pass goes over to Burnett. Now on the far side, it'll be Rothenberger. Rothenberger kicks over to Kister. Kister back to Knabe. Now to Rothenberger near side. Rothenberger has it left wing. Puts it on the deck, tries to move right with it. Kicks it over to Knabe. Now to Rothenberger on the far side. Rothenberger kicks it back to Knabe, top of the key. Tries to step into a shot. Tries to get a pass inside. Knocked away by Boersma. 2-on-2 fast break. Blaine has it picked away as he goes up for the shot. It'll go out of bounds and possession stays with the Tigers. To take it up for Junction City is Court Knabe. Pass intended for Knabe is picked away by Sheen at half court. He shoves it ahead to Hayes. An open look at 2, and it's good. And Aiden Hayes converts for his first couple points of the night. 6-2. Henley leads. Pass inside to Burnett. Over to Rothenberger. Right wing 3. He splashes it. Brings Junction City right back within 1. Now Bennett coming along the near side, kicks it out to Hayes, now to Stork in the far corner. Shot, no good. Rebound is collected by Burnett. Burnett kicks it over to Rothenberger on the far side. Pardon me, that's Kister. Now Rothenberger has it top of the key. It's Knabe, kicks it over to Kister. Now it's Burnett trying to dribble inside, up with a shot, no good. Rebound is collected. Shot put back up and in by Burnett, and Junction City takes a 1-point lead, 7-6 Tigers with 4:29 to go in the first. It's Shaw Stork. He kicks it over to Boersma. Now Bennett far side. Bennett gets it inside to Stork. Slick feed inside to Boersma. Rattles around the rim and falls. And the Hornets take the lead right back. It's 8-7 Henley, 4:14 to go in the first. With it now is Rothenberger. Knabe kicks it over to Rothenberger, back to Knabe. Long three is no good. Rebound collected by Boersma. Boersma trying to battle through a double team. He crosses the timeline, shoves it ahead to Sheen. Sheen driving inside, left-handed layup, no good. Rebound collected by Gunnar Rothenberger. Now the Tigers moving it across. Pass into the front court, goes to Kister. Kister driving the left lane, bounces it inside to Rothenberger. Sweet move to the rim. No bucket, but he is fouled. He'll get a chance at the line for two.
Sends Cooper Rothenberger to the line for 2 shots.
Rothenberger's first free throw is good. It ties the game. TJ Chavez checks into the game for the Hornets. Second free throw coming up for Cooper Rothenberger. That one hits the front of the rim, no good. Owen Sheen collects the glass. Sheen shoves it ahead to Boersma, near side wing. Boersma zips it over to Stork in the near corner. Stork spinning around, trying to bring it left, hands it to Sheen. Sheen steps into a three, back iron, no good. Rebound collected by Junction City. Head into the front court to Rothenberger. Open layup, no good, and the Hornets with the ball. Tied at 8, 3:10 to go in the first. Stork bringing it around, top of the key, kicks it over to Boersma in the far corner. Boersma lofts it inside to Chavez, picked away by Rothenberger, and the Tigers have got it. Each team playing stout defense in the first couple minutes of this game. It's Knabe with it now, top of the key. Knabe shoves it over to Rothenberger, back to Knabe, top of the key. He dishes it to Kister. Kister driving the left lane and collects a loose ball, brings it back around. Kister to Knabe, top of the key. Lofts it to Rothenberger on the far side. Rothenberger now driving on the interior. Shot from 10 won't go. Rebound collected by Junction City, and the ball goes out of bounds. As that was Knabe trying to maneuver his way out from underneath the basket, and the ball goes out of bounds. As Chris Janney checks into the game for the Hornets. No substitutions for Junction City. We're tied at 8, 2.5 to go in the first. As Blaine Boersma brings it up the floor for the Hornets. Over to Sheen. He shoves it over to Janney in the far corner. Back to Sheen. Sheen zipping it to Chavez. Trying to get it inside to Boersma. Pass goes a little bit right and out of bounds. Possession goes to the Tigers as Kevon Riley checks into the game in place of Cooper Rothenberger. Bringing it up the floor is Court Knabe. Kicks it near side to Riley. Back to Knabe. Now to Kister. 12-foot jumper is good for Burnett. He's got 4 points tonight, gives his team a 2-point advantage. As Chris Janney has it now, brings it around top of the key, puts it on the deck at the left elbow, kicks it out to Stork. Stork driving inside, pass out to Boersma is picked away by Knabe, and Junction City with another takeaway. Pass to Riley, top of the key, he kicks it to Rothenberger. Rothenberger now outside to Kister. Kister backs up, top of the key. Now over to Burnett. Burnett to Rothenberger, now back to Kister. Kister trying to drive inside the lane, stops at the free throw line, kicks it outside to Riley. He head fakes a three, now back to Kister. Junction City moving the ball around the perimeter. Diving inside is Kister. Goes up with the right hand, and with a soft touch it falls. Junction City's built a 4-point lead with 1:10 to go in the first. Pass goes to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen puts it on the deck, driving inside. Goes up with the shot, takes a body, and gets the bucket. No foul called, so it'll just be a 2-point shot for Sheen. 12-10. And the Hornets trail 49 seconds. Zip pass goes inside to Rothenberger. Battles through some contact. Won't go. Chavez with the rebound. Pass goes ahead to Stork. Stork racing the near side. Kicks it ahead to Sheen. Sheen trying to drive inside. Get the pass off to Stork. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession Hornets.
Back on for the Hornets, number 24, Luke Bennett, replacing Chris Janney.
Bennett comes in for Janney with 35 seconds to go in the first. Inbound pass goes to Sheen, but it's knocked out of bounds by Kister on the far side. And so possession will remain with the Hornets. Inbound pass to Boersma as he crosses the timeline. Boersma trying to zip it over to Bennett. Bennett, top of the key, finds Stork. Stork now near side to Boersma. Boersma driving the baseline, and ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Junction City. And so possession stays with the Hornets with 19.2 seconds on the clock in a 2-point ball game. Junction City up 12-10. Sheen to inbound. Lofts it to Chavez. Chavez zipping it over to Bennett. Bennett over to Boersma. He gets an open look, head fakes, drives inside, tries to find a pass to Stork, but it's picked away by Burnett. Loose ball saved by Sheen, picked away by Junction City. Now 6 seconds left. Boersma gets the ball. 4 seconds left. Pass ahead to Sheen, tries to get it to Stork, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Fireworks abound at a 2-point ball game. 12-10 and the Tigers lead. Second quarter action next on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Getting ready for the second quarter of action tonight from Henley High School, the final game of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament, and the Junction City Tigers leading the Henley Hornets 12-10. It's been back and forth so far. Just in that first quarter, 3 lead changes between these two teams, and a lot more basketball left to be played as we remind you that tonight's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check, and they're going to help make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. 5 on the floor for the Hornets coming out of the break is Owen Sheen, Blaine Boersma, Luke Bennett, Shaw Stork, and Owen Harper. For Junction City, it's Caleb Burnett, Court Knabe, Jackson Kister, Kevon Riley, and Gunnar Rothenberger. As Junction City will start with the basketball. Left elbow jump shot from Burnett won't go. Stork battling for the rebound. It's a held ball. Possession goes to the Hornets. Boersma will bring it up the floor for Henley. Passes it near side to Stork. Stork, top of the key to Bennett. Bennett trying to drive the right lane, kicks it to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen kicks it to Boersma, far side. Now to Stork on the left wing. Stork kicks it to Bennett. Bennett trying to find some space to operate along the perimeter, kicks it back to Stork, now to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen zips it to Boersma. Boersma on the right wing, trying to get it inside to Harper, but it's picked away by Riley. Riley trying to take it coast to coast, moves, and can't convert on the bucket. Rebound collected by the Hornets. 7:12 to go in the second, and it's a 2-point ball game. Pass intended for Boersma, broken up by Kister, collected by Harper. Harper lofts one across the court to Bennett, now back to Stork in the corner. Now to Boersma, top of the key, and the Hornets offense resets. Bennett near side, now to Stork. Boersma far corner, gets it to Bennett, top of the key. Bennett Thinking about finding Sheen, finds Boersma. Boersma backs up to half court, trying to spread out the defense for Junction City. Boersma gets it back. Has two options, decides to go right, tries to spin around, loose ball, collected whistle, and this will be a timeout called by Coach Hammond. We'll take time as well. 6:30 on the clock, and Junction City leads 12-10. More ball next on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
12-10 the score with 6.5 to go in the second as Junction City leaves Henley in the Skyline Sky M crossover tournament. It's going to be an inbound pass intended for Hayes, but picked away by Junction City. Pass intended for, I believe that was Rothenberger, goes out of bounds. It was last touched by a Hornets player, so it will be Junction City basketball. Inbound pass is lofted ahead to Rothenberger. Pardon me, that's Kister. Now to Rothenberger on the far side to Riley now. Riley trying to drive inside. Kicks it outside to Knabe. Knabe driving the right lane. Stops, goes up with the shot. Off the glass is good. Banks it in. And Junction City now leads by 4. 14-10. 6:11 to go in the second. Pass into the front court goes to Sheen. Sheen in the corner. Tries to find Hayes on the far side. Hayes now driving inside. Up with the shot is no good, but he's fouled. And so Hayes will get a chance at the line for 2. Second team foul for the Tigers, and first foul for Gunnar Rothenberger, as the first free throw from Hayes is good. Hornets shot well from the free throw line last night, making 14 of 18 opportunities. So far, 1 of 1 tonight. Hayes keeps it 1 of 2, as it'll be a 3-point game, 14-11, with just under 6 to go in the second. With it now is Kister, top of the key, kicks it to Riley. Riley puts it on the deck, shows it to Knabe. Knabe fakes left, goes right. Trying to bounce it inside to Burnett, up with the shot, front of the rim, no good. Rebound is snagged by Boersma, and Boersma is going to take it up the floor for the Hornets. Zips it over to Hayes, corner 3, no good. Rebound is taken by, well, it's out of bounds, and it'll be Tigers basketball. It'll be Knabe to bring it up for Junction City. Passes it to Riley. Riley gets caught up by Boersma. Boersma strips the ball away. Good defense there by the senior Blaine Boersma. Was the conference defensive player of the year last season. Luke Bennett goes right, kicks it to Boersma. Boersma continues to move left with it. Kicks it to Sheen. Sheen driving baseline, up with the shot, tries to bank it in, no good, and the rebound is collected by Sammy Espinoza, who's checked into the game for Junction City. Shot on the other side is no good from Burnett. And the Hornets now pushing the pace. 4 against 5 as Burnett now joins the party. It's Owen Sheen on the right block, up with the shot, that's no good. Rebound collected by Espinoza. All right, Junction City now bringing it up the floor as it's Knabe. He goes left, now crosses back to the right. In the near corner, kicks it to Burnett. Now Riley, top of the key. Riley is going to kick it over to Kister. Now to Knabe at the free throw line. Kicks it back outside to Kister on the right wing. Now to Riley, right in front of the Hornets bench. It's Kister with it. Goes right, spins left, kicks it outside to Burnett. Burnett driving left baseline, and a foul on the floor is going to go against Owen Sheen. Shaw Stork checks into the game for Owen Harper. Owen Sheen comes out for TJ Chavez. Knabe catch and shoot 3 in the near corner, and he splashes it. 17-11, Junction City leads as Aiden Hayes pushing the pace for Henley. Hayes tries to find Boersma, top of the key. Boersma zips it over to Stork. Stork Crosses left, trying to drive inside. Slick feed to Boersma, goes up with the shot. And it goes out of bounds. Possession stays with the Hornets. Gunnar Rothenberger checking back into the game for Court Knabe. Bennett lofts it to Chavez on the near side. Chavez kicks it to Hayes. Hayes trying to find Bennett. Last touched by Riley. And I think they're trying to decide who touched it last. Riley's trying to make a case for himself, but the official on the near side said it was him who last touched it, so it'll be Hornets basketball. Henley inbounds to Stork, now to Hayes, trying to get it to Boersma on the far side. Catch and shoot three for Blaine. Back iron, no good. And a foul going to be called against TJ Chavez over the back on the attempted rebound. Third team foul for the Hornets and first for Chavez. As now Junction City taking the ball up the floor. Kicks it over to Espinoza on the far side. Now to Rothenberger. Kicks it to Burnett at the free throw line. Zips it outside to Espinoza. Espinoza finds Riley top of the key. Now to Rothenberger. Kicks it to Burnett. Burnett goes right, spins left, goes up with the shot, battles through contact, and makes the bucket. 19-11 as Junction City leads. Pass into the front court intended for Chavez goes out of bounds. Possession Junction City. And the Tigers, one of those teams you cannot give the ball away. That's what Coach Hammond is saying right there on the sideline. They have been deadly. 11-2 on the season. One of the top teams in the state. The runner-up last year. And beat the Hornets by 20 last season in this tournament. Earlier this year, just beat them by 5. Right now, Henley down by 8. Catch and shoot three for Kister is good. And Junction City with an 11-point advantage, 22-11, 2:58 to go in the second. Blaine Boersma kicks it to Stork. Stork now to Bennett. Bennett thought about a three, spins around, is in the double team, finds Stork, now to Boersma. Boersma lofting it inside to Sheen. And a foul called down low. And Jackson Kister picks up the foul. It'll be his first. Substitutions coming in for the Tigers. Kister and Burnett come out. Knabe and I believe Rothenberger check back in. Boersma lofting it into Sheen. Sheen trying to get it inside to Stork. The ball's knocked loose and picked up by the Tigers. Pass into the front court intended for Rothenberger is picked away by the Hornets. Aiden Hayes with it now, trying to find Boersma. And Boersma now racing up the floor. Boersma tries a behind-the-back dribble, goes to the rim. It's good. What a move by Blaine Boersma to the bucket. 22-13. Junction City still leads. 2:25 to go in the second. All right, now it's Rothenberger with it. He finds Riley. Riley with it, top of the key, kicks it to Rothenberger near side. Rothenberger back to Knabe. He steps into a three. Front iron, no good. Hayes collects the glass. Hayes in a 1-on-2 fast break, going to the rim and gets fouled on the drive. We'll see, is this a shooting foul? I don't think it was. It'll be on the floor. So it'll be Hornets basketball. A fourth team foul credited to Junction City. And the Hornets trying to push the pace and get their way back into the ballgame. 2:06 left on the clock in the second quarter. It's a 9-point game. 22-13, Henley trails. All right, here we go. Boersma, inbound pass to Sheen. To Stork now at the free throw line. Stork zipping it inside to Boersma. Boersma brings it around far corner. Now to Hayes. Hayes thought about a three. Drives inside. And a blocking foul. And Coach Rothenberger making a case on his sideline. I think he has a case as Knabe is hit with a blocking foul. I think it was a discussion of did the travel happen first or did the foul happen first, and they decided on the foul. Inbound pass goes to Bennett. Bennett trying to find some room. He's tied up down low, and a foul called underneath. And the Tigers have fouled on 3 straight possessions. They've got 6 team fouls. Sheen's got it now on the left elbow. Hands it out to Bennett. He fires 3. No good. Rebound picked up by Stork, and Stork gets called for a foul. going up for the rebound. Fourth team foul for the Hornets. It's Rothenberger with it. He finds Espinoza, top of the key. Now to Riley. Riley kicking it over to Knabe. Knabe now to Rothenberger on the near wing. Trying to find Rothenberger. Rothenberger puts it on the deck, kicks it near side. Corner three for Knabe. That won't go. Stork battles for the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Riley. Minute 15 to go in the first half. Hornets trail by 9. It's Owen Sheen in the far side. Sheen trying to get it back to Bennett. Bennett now to Boersma. Boersma puts it on the deck. Kicks it to Sheen. Sheen trying to drive the right baseline. Kicks it out to Bennett. Corner three. Good! 22-16, 51 seconds to go in the half, and the Hornets trail Junction City. Riley opts for a three. Back iron no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Clock stops with 37.3 ticks. And it'll be Hornets basketball. Bennett, as now it'll be Boersma to bring it across the timeline for Henley. Boersma kicks it to Bennett. Bennett now back to Boersma, zips it to Hayes. Hayes trying to drive left baseline, kicks it out to Bennett. Bennett thought about a three and travels. .21 seconds, it'll be Junction City basketball. Rothenberger crosses half court for the Tigers. Passes it to Knabe. Knabe now far side to Rothenberger. 10 seconds now. It'll be Knabe. Knabe at half court. Tries to take a screen, going left. Is hassled the whole way down. Stops, takes a shot, no good. 2 seconds now, shot up, that won't go. And we'll go to halftime with a score of 22-16. Junction City extends their lead in the second quarter. We'll be back with halftime stats and a recap of the tournament so far next as we continue your coverage of Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
Not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome you back to Henley High School, the site of this year's Skyline Sky-Am crossover tournament. In the final game of the tournament, Junction City leads Henley 22-16. We'll start with your leading scorers for the game leaders so far. Junction City led in scoring by Caleb Burnett, who's got 6 points tonight. Also, Jackson Kister has got 5. 3 points tonight for Cord Knabe, 2 for each of Kayvon Riley and Gunnar Rothenberger. 1 point tonight so far for Cooper Rothenberger. That's how you get the 22 points for Junction City so far tonight. Meantime, the Henley Hornets are led in scoring by Luke Bennett, who's got 5 points so far this afternoon. Blaine Boersma and Owen Sheen each have 4. And Aiden Hayes has notched 3 points tonight. That's how we get to 22-16 for the score after just one half. It was 3 lead changes in the first quarter. Junction City emerged the first quarter with a 2-point advantage. They have built their lead up to 6 at 1 point, leading by 11. Junction City has shot the ball well, and they have defended very well also, not giving Henley any room to pass the ball along the perimeter, and it's resulted in quite a few turnovers, which have resulted in a couple of transition buckets. Only 4 points for Junction City off turnovers by my tally so far. However, they have built themselves this 6-point advantage, looking for win number 12 on the season. All right. And meantime, for the Hornets, they're looking to stay above 500 and grab win number 7 right now, entering play 6-5. For each of these teams, they are looking to cap off their non-league schedule. The Hornets kick off league play a week from yesterday. It'll be January 13th, a home game against Hidden Valley. Meantime, Junction City kicks off their league schedule on the road against Marshfield. The Sky-Am Conference, always a tough league. That's why we love this tournament. It's an opportunity not only to play and see some of the premier ball clubs from around the state, like these Tigers, like Marshfield, who we've seen, like Marist, who the Hornets beat yesterday. But you also get a chance to look at some of the teams in your conference. You get a chance to see them up close. We saw Hidden Valley lose by 1 point to Marist earlier today on a bang-bang play down low. It was a great basketball game. There's games happening over at Klamath Union High School, too. It's just been a great weekend of basketball here at Henley High School for the Skyline Sky-Am crossover tournament. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about what we expect to see in the third quarter as Junction City leads after 16 minutes, 22-6. More Hornets basketball next on mybasin.com.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
We're back at Henley High School, and it's a 22-16 ball game as the Junction City Tigers lead the Henley Hornets after 16 minutes of play. It's been stout defense for Junction City, forcing Henley turnovers. One thing that I expect to continue in this second half is the stout defense played by both ball clubs. A lot of experience on this coaching staff. Of course, on the Junction City side, Mr. Craig Rothenberger in his 43rd season with Junction City, and that's not all. Mr. Rothenberger, number 5 all-time in terms of boys basketball wins, 689 wins in his 3 different stops. Coached at Tillamook Catholic for a handful of seasons in the 70s, coached at Nestucca until 1980 before landing himself at Junction City 43 seasons ago. And all that time, only the one state championship. Came close last year. And talking with Coach Rothenberger a little bit before the game, says that this might be his last ride as head coach. So hoping to go out with a bang for him. Meantime, Mr. Coach Hammond is in his 11th season with the Henley Hornets, is looking for win number 167 here tonight, and trails by 6 points to Junction City 22-16. Third quarter action is next on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Nearing close to the beginning of the third quarter tonight from Henley High School as we wrap up our coverage of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament today. It has been a great weekend of basketball, not only here at Henley High School, thanks to the folks putting this on. The Henley Booster Club, a big part of this, along with the athletic director and head coach of the boys basketball team, Luke Hammond. Jesse Hamilton, the school principal, in attendance all days, and they've put on quite the show here as well. And also the folks doing the same over at Klamath Union High School. It's been a group effort and a successful tournament thus far. We're getting ready for the third quarter of the final game of the tournament. The 5 on the floor for Henley, it's Owen Sheen, Blaine Boersma, Luke Bennett, Shaw Stork, and Aiden Hayes. And for Junction City, it's their starting 5 of Caleb Burnett, Gunnar Rothenberger, Cooper Rothenberger, Jackson Kister, and Court Knabe. Here we go. Junction City starts with the basketball. Open look at 3 from Knabe. Doesn't go, and the Hornets come away with the basketball. It was a foul committed against Shaw Stork, so the Hornets will retain possession of the basketball. 6 points separate these two ball clubs, who are each searching for a state tournament berth later on this season. The Hornets didn't quite make it to the final site last year. Of course, we've mentioned Junction City, the reigning state runner-up, lost by 12 in the state championship game to Cascade. But each of these teams are have similar goals in mind, meeting each other here in the final parts of non-league play. This is what we love about this tournament. I mentioned it during halftime, a chance to play some of the best teams around the state. This is certainly one of them, as the Hornets face some adversity in the first half and trying to find some room to grow in this second half. Here's Owen Sheen getting it inside to Stork. He kicks it back outside to Bennett. Bennett from the left elbow kicks it outside to Boersma, now top of the key. Boersma to Hayes. Hayes doesn't like his look from three, kicks it to Stork. Stork now to Boersma, top of the key. Boersma kicks it to Bennett, far side. Trying to get it inside to Hayes. Hayes tied up, bounces it outside to Bennett. And Bennett puts it on the deck and backs up. Kicks it to Stork, now to Boersma. Boersma kicks it to Sheen. Sheen trying to drive left baseline, outside to Hayes. Hayes, top of the key, over to Boersma. Boersma now to Bennett. Bennett kicks it to Stork, now to Hayes. Hayes finding it inside to Boersma. Boersma goes up with the shot, and it's good as he banks it in. Blaine Boersma has now got 6 points tonight, as Junction City bringing it up the floor. Knabe with it, top of the key. Dribbling into a shot was Kister, unguarded. He drains a triple. His second of the night. He's got 8 points. Sheen with it now, kicks it over to Bennett. Bennett now to Stork. Stork driving inside, up with the shot is good. A nice little floater from about 5 feet out for Shaw. Brings his team back within 5, 25-20, 6:09 to go in the third. With it now is Kister. So that was Shaw's first points of the night. Kister with it now near side. Over to Rothenberger. Rothenberger guarded in the near corner. Lofting it ahead to Knabe. Bounce inside to Burnett. Burnett goes left, spins right, has it picked loose by Stork, and Hayes collects the loose ball. Boersma bringing it up the floor for the Hornets. Boersma dishing it to Sheen. Sheen thought about a three, kicks it to Stork. Stork fakes right, goes left, open lane to the rim, high off the glass, and it's good. Shaw Stork with a 2-point bucket. 25-22, Junction City still leads, and Rothenberger's got it. Bounce pass inside for Rothenberger. Spins left, goes right. High off the glass, won't go. Burnett gets the rebound. He puts it right back up and in. Good work on the glass for Junction City as they lead back up by 5 now, 27-22. Pass goes over to Boersma. Boersma zips it over to Hayes, now to Stork, far side. Stork kicking it back to Hayes, now to Boersma. And a foul. They're going to call it against Sheen. Offsetting fouls? So, yes, the call is offsetting fouls against Sheen and Kister. Coach Hammond talking about it. Coach Rothenberger has his hands up. I think everyone's just as confused. They were both grabbing onto each other. Through the first half of the game, that was going uncalled, but here in the second half, maybe trying to limit some of the physicality. We'll try to keep tabs on that as Sheen's inbound pass goes to Stork. Stork goes right now, switches left, pass to Bennett, near corner, three, won't go. Rebound collected by Burnett. Pass ahead in the front court to Rothenberger. Rothenberger trying to get it inside to Rothenberger. Ball goes out of bounds, possession Hornets. .451 on the clock in a 5-point ball game. We're still in the third quarter. As Boersma brings it up the floor. Now it's Sheen, top of the key. Sheen steps back, tries to get a pass inside to Boersma. It's picked away by Kister. Kister goes coast to coast, won't get the bucket, but does get fouled. This one might be going against Sheen, picking up his third foul. And it will send Kister to the line for 2. With this pause in the action, we'll remind you that this afternoon's broadcast is brought to you by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. Sheen checks out in a little bit of foul trouble as TJ Chavez checks in. The free throw from Kister. Front iron no good. Collected by Burnett. Loose ball. Pops out. It's collected by Stork. Stork racing up the floor. Moves left. Passes right. Chavez, mid-range jumper. That won't go. Ball goes out of bounds, possession Junction City. Stork getting a little bit flashy with his moves and a smile on his face. His team's still down by 6, 4.5 to go in the third. Knabe dishing it to Burnett. Burnett on the right elbow, kicks it outside to Rothenberger, now to Kister. Kister trying to drive inside, goes up with the shot and is fouled. They're going to charge that foul to Chavez, and that will send Kister to the line for 2. He's 1 for 2 from the penalty stripe tonight. First free throw is good. Second free throw is also good, so Junction City back up by 8. The Hornets trying to move quickly, and a quick turnover on the pass in transition. Burnett going up with the shot, lays it up and in with his left hand, and now a 10-point advantage for Junction City as Hayes trying to slow things down just a little bit. It'll be Boersma with it now on the right side. Boersma gets it to Stork on the right elbow. Stork to Hayes. Open look at 3 at the near corner. Back iron won't go. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by Burnett, and it'll stay with the Hornets. Stork finds Bennett. Back to Stork. Thought about 3, feels the pressure, trying to go right with it. Goes left, passes it to Hayes. Hayes is going to hand it back off to Stork, bringing it around now to Bennett. Bennett driving the right lane, stops from the right elbow and swishes it. 32-24, and Coach Rothenberger wants time. We'll take one as well. 3:22 to go in the third, and the Hornets trail by 8 on mybasin.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
It's the third quarter at Henley High School, and the Hornets trail the Tigers 32-24. With timeout on the floor, we'll see the 5 that emerge. But again, the Hornets turned the ball over a couple of times here already in this third quarter that have led to points. And so looking to limit that number. There's a 5 out there for Henley. It's Chavez, Stork, Boersma, Hayes, and Bennett. For Junction City, it's Burnett, Kister, Knabe, Rothenberger, and Rothenberger. Knabe brings it up the floor for the Tigers. Kicks it over to Rothenberger. Rothenberger has it stolen away by Boersma. Boersma in a 1-on-2 fast break, loses a dribble, up with the shot, it's good. Boersma brings the Hornets back within 6, 32-26, 3:05 to go in the third quarter. Kister has it now, trying to drive the lane, up with the shot, no good. Burnett with the putback won't go. He gets the rebound and is fouled on the third opportunity. After that bucket from Boersma, by the way, he is a team-leading 8 points tonight. And Burnett has a team-leading 12 points for Junction City and an opportunity now at 2 more. The first free throw is good. Sheen checks into the game for Bennett. And here's Burnett. That one's good as well. 34-26. Under 3 minutes to go now in the third as Boersma brings it up the floor. Boersma kicks it to Stork. Stork fakes right, goes left, pass to Sheen in the near corner. Sheen kicks it to Hayes. Hayes zips it over to Boersma. Boersma, fiery pass inside to Sheen. Turnaround jumper won't go. Rebound collected by Boersma. Outside to Hayes. 19-foot jumper's good. Long two-pointer for Hayes as he has 5 points tonight. Shot on the other side from Rothenberger. Before the shot, he travels, and it'll be Hornets basketball. Junction City pressing a little bit softly as Boersma brings it up. Boersma now to Stork. Stork trying to get it inside to Chavez on the left elbow. Chavez brings it back out, kicks it to Boersma far side. Boersma brings it around top of the key. Out to Stork. Stork thought about going left, lofts it into Boersma. Boersma has it now on the far side, tries to get it into Sheen, but the pass picked away by Rothenberger, and he'll bring it up the floor. Pass goes to Burnett. Reverse layup high off the glass is good. A beautiful shot there by Burnett. Boersma with it now. Swings it to Stork. Now to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen going right, switches left, loses a handle. TJ Chavez collects. Now it's Hayes, top of the key. Hayes kicks it to Stork. Stork lifts it to Sheen. Back to the top of the key to Boersma. Now to Hayes. Hayes zipping it inside to Chavez, but it's knocked away. A foul called. And this is going to go against Rothenberger. That's his third foul, third team foul for the Tigers. And Rothenberger checks out as Riley comes in. Also, Bennett's checked back into the game. TJ Chavez has it now. Kicks it back to Bennett, now to Stork. Stork to Boersma near side. Boersma has it to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen trying to drive left, underhand pass to Boersma, head fakes three, driving inside, goes right, spins left, high off the glass, gets the bucket and the foul. Blaine Boersma catching some fire here in the third quarter. He's got 10 points for the game and an opportunity at a three-point play. One free throw on the way for Boersma is no good. Rebound collected by Burnett. Knabe with it. Slings it to Kister. Now to Rothenberger. Riley with it now far side. Riley brings it around top of the key. Dishes it to Kister. Kister driving inside at the free throw line. Now kicks it back outside to Rothenberger. Quick pass inside to Riley. Stolen away by Chavez. And now Bennett bringing it up the floor. Kicks it to Chavez, and a foul at half court is going to go against Kister. And it's the fifth team foul for Junction City, third foul for Kister. And Bennett will inbound right in front of the scorer's table. Finds Stork. Stork lofting to get ahead to Sheen. Sheen trying to drive left side in a double team. Finds Bennett. Bennett has it knocked loose. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession stays with Henley. 36.1 seconds to go in the third, and it's a 6-point ball game as Sheen to inbound finds Stork. Stork brings it around. Trying to drive the left lane, lofts it to Chavez. Jumper from 10, won't go. Rebound collected by Burnett. 20 seconds to go in the quarter, and Junction City might be content to take the last shot. As it's Knabe, backed way out to half court, guarded by Sheen. Now kicks it to Riley, back to Knabe. Knabe trying to drive left, on the left elbow, hands it to Burnett. Free throw line jumper, back iron won't go. Sheen gets it, full court shot, no good, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Still a 6-point ball game, 36-30. Fourth quarter action coming up next on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, No, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week, and soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes, and then going Saturdays, I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband, and all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Getting ready for the fourth quarter of action this afternoon from Henley High School as the Junction City Tigers leading the Henley Hornets 36-30. With 8 minutes on the clock, it'll be Stork, Boersma, Bennett, Sheen, and Hayes for Henley. Boersma kicks it to Hayes. Hayes guarded by Riley. Trying to go right with it, lofts it over to Bennett. Bennett fakes left, goes right, spins left before kicking it outside to Hayes. Now it's Stork with it before passing it to Sheen. Sheen dishing it inside to Boersma, goes up strong and is fouled. Blaine Boersma will head to the line for two. He is great at getting that inside positioning, even on players much taller than he is. Blaine Boersma an opportunity at a pair of free throws. So far today, he is 0 for 1. We'll remind you that today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Refuel after the game at Mountain Mike's Pizza. You've earned a pizza made with 100% whole milk mozzarella and toppings piled so high that you'll need a mountain guide to reach the top. Mountain Mike's Pizza on Washburn near Walmart Shopping Center. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Boersma going 1 for 2 at the free throw line. As it's Kister with it now, finds Riley. Riley guarded by Hayes. Brings it to the top of the key, switches to his right hand, now kicks it to Knabe. Knabe trying to drive inside, steps back, loses a dribble and travels. Tough defense. And the Hornets get the turnover. Boersma is going to bring it up the floor for Henley. Passing it to Bennett. Bennett with it now, top of the key. Takes a step back, kicks it to Stork. Stork zipping it near side to Boersma. Boersma bouncing it to Sheen. Sheen puts it on the deck. Pass outside to Bennett. Bennett back to Sheen. Now back to Bennett. Bennett thought about a three. Trying to find Sheen. Sheen, catch and shoot. Three, won't go. Rebound collected by Riley. Knabe with it now. Now to Burnett. Burnett trying to spin right, passes it outside to Knabe, top of the key, inside to Riley. Riley trying to back down Hayes, down on the block. The shot high off the glass is good. 38-31 Junction City, 6.5 to go in the fourth. Now it's Bennett, kicks it over to Sheen. Sheen trying to drive baseline, up with the shot, off the glass, won't go. And Rothenberger collects the rebound. Kicks it ahead to Knabe. Knabe stops, now driving the lane. Passes it back outside to Burnett. He goes high off the glass, and it's good. Junction City back out in front by 9, 40-31. Pass to the front court for Sheen. Sheen zips it back over to Stork. Stork trying to go left with it. Bouncing it inside to Boersma. He bounces it off the glass. Front of the rim won't go. Rebound is picked up by Junction City, but they lose the basketball. It's picked up by the Hornets. Now Stork has it. Stork trying to drive right down Main Street, high off the glass, and a charge called on Stork. It'll be Junction City ball. Fifth team foul for the Hornets, 6 for the Tigers. And that was also the second foul on Stork. Burnett taking it up the floor now. Kister to Riley in the near corner. Riley bringing it around, kicks it to Burnett. He's top of the key. Kicks it to Rothenberger. Now Kister. Kister trying to drive down low. Ball picked away by Boersma, but he's called with the foul. That'll be the 6th Henley team foul. And for Blaine Boersma, it's his second. Inbound pass collected by Kister on that left wing, trying to drive inside at the free throw line. Steps back out now to Rothenberger. Kicks it to Burnett. Burnett trying to drive left, stops, kicks it back out to Kister. Head fakes a three, driving the right lane. Up with the shot is no good. Bennett collects the glass. He is harassed down low, and a foul called on. We'll see who they call the foul on. It looks like it's Burnett who picks up the foul. That's the 7th team foul for Junction City. So now the Hornets in the bonus. And so that will mean 1-1. It's Bennett at the line. First free throw from Luke is good, so he'll get a second. Second free throw from Bennett is good. And a timeout called by Henley. We'll take one as well. 40-33, 5:14 to go in the final quarter, and the Hornets trail the Tigers. We'll be back on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
40-33, 5:14 to go in the final quarter. In the final game of the Skyline Sky M crossover tournament. The Hornets trailing the Tigers, and as we come out of the break, it'll be Tigers basketball. Hornets might try to break out a little bit of a press as against a good team like Junction City. You don't want to stay too far behind for too long. Is Burnett now at the free throw line. Burnett kicking it to Riley. Riley brings it around top of the key out to Kister on the left wing. Kister head fakes right, kicks it to Rothenberger. Rothenberger now on the left wing as well. Kicks it to Riley. Riley faked going right, goes left, now spins right, up with the shot, blocked by Hayes. Ball goes out of bounds, but Aiden Hayes with an extraordinary defensive effort. It was a good move by Riley as well. But no bucket. Junction City keeps the ball. Inbound pass from Knabe, lofted ahead to Riley. Riley kicks it over to Burnett, now back to Knabe. Knabe trying to dribble left, kicks it to Burnett. Burnett driving left baseline, back outside to Kister. Kister to Riley, top of the key, now to Knabe, left wing. It's Knabe with it now, dishes it inside to Burnett. He goes high off the glass and converts for 2. 9-point ball game, 42-33, 4:26 to go in the fourth. And Boersma kicks it to Hayes. Hayes driving inside, has it taken away from him as Burnett's got it. Burnett, coast to coast, kicks it outside to Rothenberger, now to Knabe. Knabe dribbles behind his back, stops at the right elbow. Jump shot is good. 44-33, Junction City matches their biggest lead of the night, now up by 11, 4:02 to go in the fourth. Here's Boersma. Boersma tries to find Bennett, loose ball, picked away by Rothenberger, foul called against Bennett. And with that being the 7th team foul for the Hornets, they have sent Junction City into the bonus. Chavez into the game for Hayes. The Hornets trying to prioritize a little bit of rebounding down low, getting the slightly taller Chavez in there as the first free throw is good for Rothenberger. He's been active in the passing game tonight and disruptive on the defensive end, but just 3 points for Rothenberger, now looking for his 4th. Here's the shot. It's good. 13-point lead for Junction City, 46-33. Boersma kicks it to Chavez at the free throw line. Tries to find Bennett and find Stork instead. Now to Boersma. Boersma driving inside, up with the shot. That one won't go. A blocking foul down low. It's on the shot, so Boersma will head to the line for 2. Tonight's broadcast on MyBasin.com brought to you by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. Harbor Isles has the most understanding personal trainers that you could ask for. They help you get motivated, and their workouts will make you feel accomplished all day long. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness want you to lose those reins and get your gains. First free throw from Blaine was good. Second on the way. That one also rumbles in. Back to an 11-point game. 3:40 to go in the final quarter. Sheen trying to apply some pressure on the defensive end. Back to Knabe. And the loose ball is collected by Blaine Boersma. He's trying to take it himself. Spins around, up with the shot, and is fouled. Blaine Boersma will go to the line for 2 more. Burnett picks up his 4th foul and 9th team foul for the Tigers. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty. Little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home. And Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty today. First free throw from Blaine is no good. He'll get an opportunity at a second. And the shot is good. 10-point game, 46-36, 3.5 to go. Press worked for the Hornets last time as they try to hassle the ball up the floor. Riley in a double team. So the Hornets are playing aggressive. Kister with it now, loses the dribble, picks it back up. Now it's to Espinoza. Knabe has it now on the near side. Knabe at half court. Knabe kicks it to Riley. Riley back to Kister, now to Knabe. Knabe brings it out, now back to Riley. Riley kicks it to Rothenberger. Rothenberger puts it on the deck, brings it top of the key, hassled by Stork as Espinoza brings it up. Now it's Knabe again. Knabe loses the dribble, bounces it to Kister. Kister back to Knabe. Knabe to Rothenberger. Back to Kister. Espinoza now. Kicks it to Riley. Now back to Kister. This possession has gone on 40 seconds. The Junction City Tigers doing a nice job of keeping the ball moving, and a foul finally called on Boersma. Makes you long for the days of next season when the Oregon Schools Activities Association implements a shot clock. That possession lasting almost 50 seconds. And it'll be Rothenberger at the line. He's shooting 1-1. First free throw's good, so he'll get a second. Second free throw is also good, so back up to a 12-point game, 48-36. Blaine Boersma brings it up. Now to Shaw, back to Bennett. Bennett now to Boersma, kicks it to Sheen. Sheen driving baseline, tries to find Bennett. Corner three, won't go. And now Knabe brings it up the floor. Loose ball, collected by Stork. Held on to, and possession is going to go to, oh no, they're saying Rothenberger fouled, and so Henley now in the double bonus will shoot 2. Shaw's first free throw finds the bottom of the barrel as Aiden Hayes checks into the game for TJ Chavez. The Hornets looking to find some shooting now as the second free throw coming up for Shaw. And I think they're asking Aiden Hayes to tuck in his jersey. And now we'll get a second free throw. Shaw's second free throw is good. 10-point game as Burnett checks back in for Riley. 1:53 on the clock. Knabe trying to bring it up the floor, loose ball, and it's a foul that caused the ball to go loose. So this one will result in free throws on the other end. It'll be Knabe at the line. So far for Knabe, actually no free throws for him yet today, and just 3 points on the night so far. His first free throw is good. So second one coming up. Second free throw is good as well for Knabe. 12-point game as the Hornets race up the floor. Bennett stepping back, giving it to Stork. So the Hornets got to look for a quick shot. Stork kicks it out to Sheen. Sheen takes a screen, steps back, kicks it to Bennett. Bennett loses a handle, kicks it to Hayes, steps into a three. That one bounces off the front of the rim, won't go. Sheen collects the rebound, puts it right back and up and in. And a timeout called by the Hornets. Will take 1-2 as Henley trails 50-40 with 1:24 left to go in the fourth on mybasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
50-40, 1:24 left on the clock as the Hornets trail the Tigers. This full timeout comes after a made bucket from Owen Sheen, who's got 6 points tonight. Back out on the floor for Henley is Sheen, Hayes, Bennett, Boersma, and Stork. For Junction City, it's going to be Burnett, Knabe, Rothenberger, Kister, and Espinoza. Inbound pass to Rothenberger. Ahead to Burnett. Pass stolen away by Bennett. He dribbles up, tries to find Sheen. Sheen driving inside. Floater is no good. Rebound collected by Burnett. And now it's to Knabe. Knabe crosses the timeline for Junction City. Dribbles it right back out. And finds Rothenberger. Rothenberger to Espinoza. Trying to loft it ahead, but it's picked away by Boersma. Boersma ahead to Stork, driving inside. Pass back to Boersma. Left-handed layup is good, and the foul. Credit the assist to Shaw Stork as the Hornets won't go away just yet. Kister picks up his fourth foul as Boersma toes the line. Free throw from Boersma's good. Now a 6-point ball game. And a foul on the other end will put Junction City now, I believe, in the double bonus. Yeah, so that's the 10th team foul for Henley. And so that will send Knabe to the line to shoot two. First free throw from Knabe is good. 51-43. Now waiting his second opportunity. Second free throw's no good. Bennett collects the rebound. He's racing up the floor. Bennett steps back, kicks it to Boersma. Boersma head fakes a three, drives inside, lays it up and in. And a foul called by the Hornets with 45 seconds to go in the final frame. Henley trails 51-45. The Junction City will be back on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I love to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
51-45 with 45 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Each team in the double bonus as the Tigers lead the Hornets. Hornets trying to storm back into this ball game. They've created opportunities with turnovers. The press has worked in the final minutes of this ball game. At one point, trailing by 13. They now find themselves down just 6. 5 on the floor for Henley. It's Stork, Boersma, Sheen, Hayes, and Bennett as the Tigers will start with the basketball coming out of the break. Inbound pass to Kanae, back to Burnett. Burnett now racing up the floor. And a foul called on Aiden Hayes. That will send Burnett to the line for a pair. First free throw from Burnett is good. Back up to a 7-point game. As Cooper Rothenberger has checked into the game for Sammy Espinoza. And one more free throw is going to be coming up for Burnett as Coach Hammond and Mr. Robbie Cesania having a little bit of a conversation there in front of the scorer's table. Unsure what about. And now all the officials are convening. And curious as to what this is about. All right, things are looking sorted. Second free throw. That one is no good. Blaine Boersma gets the rebound, tries to throw it ahead, and it's picked away. And Burnett chases back down the layup. Now it's Sheen with it. Sheen to Hayes. Hayes, catch and shoot three. That won't go. Rebound collected by Burnett. Now it's to Knabe. Knabe lofting it ahead to Rothenberger. Back to Rothenberger. Now to Knabe. And the teams and the Hornets waving the white flag. That will be the end of the ball game. Still 10 ticks on the clock. Final score tonight will be 54-45. As the final buzzer sounds, the Hornets back to 500, 6-6 overall. Junction City Tigers up to 12-2 on the season. It was a great game tonight. We'll recap it all for you as we continue our post-game coverage of Hornets basketball tonight on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clownfall Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clownfall Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clownfall Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Final score from Henley High School tonight, the Junction City Tigers defeating the Henley Hornets 54-45. The leading scorer tonight for Junction City, 19 points for Caleb Burnett, followed by 11 for Jackson Kister. 5 points tonight for Gunnar Rothenberger. 5 points also for Court Knabe. 4 points tonight for Kevon Riley. And 1 point tonight for Cooper Rothenberger. Meantime, for the Hornets, their leading scorer, 16 tonight from Blaine Boersma. He had one heck of a second half. 12 of those points coming in the second half as he tried to will his team to victory, but the Hornets coming up just a little bit short in tonight's contest. Otherwise, for Henley, 6 points tonight from Luke Bennett. 5 tonight from Shaw Stork and 5 for Aiden Hayes as well. Final score 54-45 for the Hornets. This is their final non-league contest before jumping into Skyline Conference play. On January 13th, they'll be back at home as the Hornets get set to host the Mustangs of Hidden Valley High School. Both the boys and the girls play that night. We'll be live with both. You'll find the girls' action right here on mybasin.com, and don't worry, you can find the boys right here as well. But if you can't find your way to a device that streams video, we will also be simulcasting on the radio for the boys' contest on 104.3 FM and 960 AM right here in Klamath Falls. Final score tonight, 54-45. Junction City improving to 12-2, and the Henley Hornets falling to 6-6. This about does it for us this evening. Appreciate you sticking with us on mybasin.com. Of course, mybasin.com, your home for everything going on in the Klamath Basin, from news to sports to special events and everything else in between. You can find us online at mybasin.com. I'd like to thank some of the folks that make tonight's broadcast possible. Of course, both athletic directors and both men happen to be the head coaches of their respective teams. Craig Rothenberger and Luke Hammond, special thanks to those gentlemen and all the folks who have contributed to making this event possible. The Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament, that includes folks like Jesse Hamilton, Bob Shambros, all the folks who've worked the scorers table and the Henley Booster Club, who's worked the concession stand tonight, and each and every one of you who showed your face here at Henley High School this weekend. We very much appreciate you supporting these young men in playing some high school basketball. Again, our next broadcast coming up January 13th when league play begins as the Hornets take on the Mustangs. Final score tonight from Henley High School, the Tigers defeat the Hornets 54-45. This is Josh Eldridge saying good night from Henley High School.